Hi, my name is Elena Lisser. How are you doing today?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. We're gonna do some range of motion testing today. I'm just gonna clean my hands. Do you know where you are?
Home.
Okay, and do you know today's date?
November 8th,
What's the year?
25.
Okay. We're gonna assess your joints and muscles. Okay, I'm just gonna look visually and inspect to make sure all of your joints don't have edema, pain, redness, crepitus, inflammation. Okay, so I'll just look at your neck. I'll look at your elbows. I'm gonna look at your shoulders too, on both sides. Your elbows, no crepitus that I can palpate. Okay, let me look at your knees. Okay, beautiful. And your feet, ankles. Okay, I don't see any edema, I don't see any redness, no pain, no inflammation. All right, let's start with the first thing is the neck. If you can go ahead and flex the neck forward and then hyperextend the back. We could do some lateral bending, both sides, ear to your shoulder, and then if you can rotate it, rotation, great. Let's move on to your shoulders. If you can go ahead and abduct your shoulders away from your body and then adduct back, beautiful. And then we're going to do internal rotation of your shoulders, beautiful. And then external rotations like you're hanging out on the beach. Okay, very nice. We're going to move on to your elbows. We're going to do some flexion and extension, flexion and extension. Okay, and then stay here and we could do supination, pronation, supination, pronation. Okay, moving on to the wrists. Go ahead and flex your wrists, just the wrist, yep. And then extend, wrists and extend, and then the fingers, flex and extend, flex and extend. Very good. We're gonna move on to the hips. If you want to stand here, there's 6 movements that the hips can do. We can do flexion, flexion towards your body, extension back to normal, and this would be hyperextension. So flexion up and down extension. Your other hip, flexion up, extension back to the midline, and beautiful. And that's hyperextension. Okay. We're also going to do abduction again, and adduction back to the midline, abduction and adduction back to the midline. And another thing the hips can do is the internal and external rotation, like the soccer players, internal and external. Beautiful. Next, we're going to do your knee. If you could do the flexion of the knee and extension, flexion, extension on both legs. Very good. We're going to move on to your ankles. For the ankles, we're going to do a dorsiflexion, which is moving your foot towards you, and plantar flexion towards the ground. Dorsi up, plantar down. Okay? And the last one is the feet. And the feet will do an eversion away from the body, inversion going towards the inside or the midline of the body. Wonderful. Great. We're going to also do your cervical spine, sir. If you can stand up, you're going to do a flexion of the cervical spine, bend down, and no issues here with your back, and it doesn't hurt. Okay. And then if you can hyperextend, beautiful. And then we're going to do lateral bending and a rotation. Beautiful. Okay. Beautiful cervical spine. That is it for motions. Now we're going to test the strength of all these joints. Okay, so I will start with your neck. If you want to push against my hand, push against my hand, push against my hand, push against my hand to the back. Okay, and then the shoulders, go ahead and push your shoulders up. Okay, and I just try to push my hands up. Okay, very nice. We're going to move on to your elbows. I'm going to try to pull your elbows, try to keep them in your space, okay? And then you pull my elbows, okay? And then go ahead and grab my fingers with your hands. That's your hand strength. And then your wrists, keep your wrists this way. And then just squeeze my hands Yep. And then push against my hand this way. Okay. And then I'm going to try to push and you hold me up. Okay. Very nice. Your wrists are strong. Your hands are strong. We're going to move on to your hips. I'm going to go ahead and hold my hand here. Push against my hand. Beautiful. And then also to the back. Nice. And to the front. Okay. Same with this hip. Push it forward. Push it to the side. To the side. Okay. And then push it to the back. Okay. Very nice. We just have the knees and the ankles left. So go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and bend your knees. That's nice. And go ahead and push against my hand. Push against my hand. Very good. And then with your feet, I just need you to put them on my hands and push on the gas. Okay, beautiful. And then pull towards you. Okay, very nice. All right, we are going to move on to sensation. I'm going to test your sensation with a soft cotton ball, a sharp pencil, and a vibrating fork. So I will have you close your eyes and let me know where you feel it and what you're feeling. Ready?
Okay. Soft left arm.
Okay.
Soft right foot.
Okay.
Vibration left arm.
Okay.
Vibration left foot.
Okay.
Sharp right arm.
Okay.
Sharp left arm.
Okay.
Sharp left foot. Right, sharp right foot.
Okay, beautiful. Very good. Okay, and also I'm just gonna ask you to count by multiples of 7, please.
7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's for your cognitive abilities. I'm also going to give you 3 words and I'm going to have you repeat it in a little bit. I'll ask you at the end, okay? Dog, pink, and ball. Dog, pink, and ball, okay? We're going to test your deep tender reflexes. This is a little hammer that I use to test for those. I'm going to have you try to relax. And we're going to start with your triceps. Okay, so try to relax as much as possible. Dangle it. Beautiful, thank you. Okay, I'm going to move on to your brachial here. We'll just do everything in your left hand first. Okay. Okay, and then the medial brachial, about 1/3 on the radius here. Okay, moving on to your other arm. Start with your tricep. All right, relax. Okay, and moving on to your brachial. Okay. Okay, and then, okay. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is on your knees. If you want to go ahead and sit on this chair, please, for just a second. All right, and just dangle your knees. Okay, go ahead and relax. Beautiful. I'm just going to hit it right here. Okay, and your left foot, left leg. Okay, and I'm going to do your Achilles too. This is just behind your foot. Relax. Okay, and this foot. Okay, and then go ahead and lay down for me, please. It doesn't appear that you have, no, they're not hyperreflexive, and that is normal. I'm going to do the Babinski sign, which is just, I'm going to move this across your foot. Okay. Could you flex that knee just so we could see it on here? Okay, one more time. Okay, very good. Okay, and well, stay right here. I'm also gonna do a test for your joint position test. I'm gonna move your. You can look at me for just a second. I'm gonna move your up. I'm gonna move your upper. No, I'm gonna move your big toe up and down, and I need you to tell me if you feel it with your eyes closed. Okay, ready?
Up, down, right, left,
Okay.
up, down, up, left, right.
Okay, very good. All right, you can sit back up. We're gonna do a test for stereognosis. This is, I'm gonna put an object in your hand and you're gonna tell me what it is without looking at it. If you just close your eyes, please.
Pen or pencil.
Okay, very good. And then we're gonna also test your graphesthesia. And I'm gonna write a letter on your hand and you tell me what letter am I writing.
B.
Okay, very good. Okay, and then a few more tests, if you can open your eyes. We're going to do finger to nose, nose to finger. This is my finger. Go ahead and touch my finger, then your nose, and your nose, and my finger, and your nose. Okay, switch hands. Okay, very good. Okay, and then the alternating movement, if you could just go ahead as fast as you can, and then switch. Very good. Okay, that's great. Do you remember the 3 words I told you?
Got ping ball.
Dog, pink ball. You got it. Very good. Okay, we're going to test your sternal nudge as you're sitting. Go ahead and close your eyes. And I'm just going to kind of push you a little bit and make sure you do, not too much. Make sure you're doing okay with balance. Ready? Okay. One more time. Okay, and then go ahead and stand up. And we're gonna do the Rosenberg test. Close your eyes and put your hands in front of you. Okay, and I'm gonna just push on your hands suddenly and make sure your balance stays the same. Okay, very good. We're gonna check your gait, please. If you could just walk in a straight line. Very good. Okay, beautiful. And then tandem, please. Heels in front of your toes. Very good. Very good. And then the last one is walk on your heels for me. And then walk on your toes, please. All right, that's great. Okay, that concludes the whole exam on your range of motion and strength and your neurological and cerebellum function. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.